Hi, everyone. I have a very special guest with me today. I'm in conversation with Nirjala Sharma. Nirjala is a 10th grade Akanksha student, and I am so excited to hear all about her outside of academics interests because I understand that she's also a footballer. So thank you so much for joining me, Nirjala. And how are you today?
Um, Firstly, excited about the interview, and yeah, I've been enjoying my day with my siblings since it's lockdown going on. We are at one home, at one house, and like all the things that we're doing it with like family and together. So
Okay,
having fun.
that's wonderful. So tell me about yourself, Nirjala. How old are you? And tell me a little bit about your family.
Yeah. So firstly, thank you for calling me for this interview. It's an honor. And yeah, hi everyone. My name is Nirjala Sharma. I am part of one of the Akanksha's school, which is Sitaram Mill Compound, Mumbai Public School. I am. I have finished 10th standard. I guess it's like cancelled, so I did not give my SSC board examination. But yes, now I'm as an alumni of Akanksha, which feels so proud to be an alumni of Akanksha Foundation. And yes, talking about my family, I uh, live with my parents. My father is a barber, and my mother is a housewife. Apart from me, I have 5 other siblings. So we are three of us are in one school of Akansha, and yeah, currently we are together since it's pandemic time.
Pandemic time, yeah. So how did you discover Akanksha?
So at the age of 9, I just my father just gave me an admission in Akansha school, one of the Akansha schools. So at third standard, when I was in third standard, I entered Akansha school, and it was hard for me to be like adjust in the school because the environment was too friendly for me in Akansha school, because the school which I was in previous, the environment over there was very strict. So I was like, when I entered in this school, I was like a very quiet child, introvert kind of, and nothing speaking, just focusing on what Didi is teaching. But when it came to being surrounded by friendly environment, it became hard for me. But then the Didis over there, they were very friendly. So I was like, it did not torture me or anything or something. I was going very smoothly, and yeah, coped up.
Very good. So are there a lot, so is it like a community school? Are there a lot of kids from your community who go to the same
Yeah.
school? Okay.
Yeah, it's a community school, so you will mostly have the kids around the school only. So there are many communities around the school, so you'll find the students in the school who are just living nearby over there.
Okay. And so what does education mean to you? How important do you think is education?
So education is a power, is a weapon that no one can snatch it from you. So if anything happens, like you go through many circumstances in your life, many situations in your life where you will lose everything, where you won't have anything, but education is the one thing that is going to remain with you forever and ever, which is not going to be snatched by anyone. So education is one thing that will help you forever in life, whether it's about if you want to make your career, if you are facing any problem, you have that kind of sense because of the education that you have been provided with. So it's that important. And if you want to make any kind of change in the society, or any kind of change that you want to see it's the education that makes you feel like, yeah, I need to show ownership and start with it. I need to first start with myself, because that's how I'm going to change the people around me.
So, how has Akanksha changed your life? Is it just the education, or have you had other experiences that have sort of impacted you through Akanksha?
Akansha has like impacted my life. Like it's just changed my life totally. Like when I was a kind of introvert, not feeling comfortable kind of girl. So Akansha gave me so many opportunities. So many opportunities. Like currently, we are facing the pandemic, but in the beginning of this pandemic, Akansha gave us medical kit, ration kit, which provided us like basic commodities that we needed at that time. And apart from the commodities, that basic necessities that we needed, the Akansha also looked after our education purpose. I was in the 10th standard. So me, my friends were so worried about at last year 10th standard, like how are we going to continue our study? It's a final year, which is very important for us. Akansha provided us with tablet, which helped us a lot. It provided us with
Yeah, so
tablet.
you would have had to, because obviously, till you got to 2020, your education was in a classroom, right?
Yeah.
So you had to, so while you were at school, were you being taught how to use the computer?
Yeah, we did went virtually as well, like everyone else. So
Yeah,
it became hard for us to find out devices. Like we were we were in a circumstance like I don't I'm not the only one in my house who is studying, right? So I
yeah.
have other my siblings who needs to focus on their studies as well. So we were lacking from devices. But when Akansha provided us with the tablet, with the net pack, we got that opportunity, like not missing out our schools, not missing out our learnings, being focused, not just being diverting your mind towards the pandemic, towards the situation that is actually going around in the world.
So
So we
how, yeah, so was it very challenging for you to, to have a complete shift in the way you were being taught? Was it challenging initially?
initially it was challenging, but soon when it was like when we got used to it, we started attending our lectures regularly. We found it I actually found it very difficult, because I was finding hard to use the device. Also I was finding like, how should I unmute, how should I try to do my projects, and how should I send my assignments. So those was very difficult for me. But when I went individually to my teacher, to my Didi, and asked her out, like, and it's not about just devices. I was facing problem in studies also in the beginning, because I did not understood whatever was going online. I was finding even hard to study as well. But when I spoke individually to my teacher, she started helping me. She started showing me how to use your tab, how to send your assignments, and also soon it became so interesting for me that I started exploring many things. I started researching, making projects, PDS, starting sharing screen, and like conducting your own class.
Yeah, so you felt excited because it was something new for you to learn?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that, I mean, anything new initially is challenging, but then when you start to get a grip on it, then you get really, you become hands on, and then it feels like, did I really have
It's become like a
a
piece of cake.
printer? Correct. So, what generally, so just give me like a very brief description of your day. How do you, from like, when do you start your day, and what happens during the course of the day in terms of like a school day? So just
But
describe.
school day.
Yeah.
Normal right now or before this COVID? Right now?
Before COVID. Before COVID.
Before COVID. So before COVID, I used to basically get up early in the morning, get ready for school, go to school, and like I used to enjoy a lot going to school because I had very friendly environment around me. I had teachers that always support me, not only physically but mentally as well. I had friends who would interact with me, have fun, a lot of fun, and do many various activities that were not even like, I don't even think of those activities that were provided in our school. And end of the day, I was so fortunate. Like I used to thank to God that I have this school, I have the life that I am living. And but now after COVID, it has like totally changed.
In what
Everything.
way? In what way? In what way?
So now when I talk about a school day right now, so it's like getting up, doing your attending your online lecture, so my and then taking a break, then again attending your online lecture. So the online lecture goes on for like 3 or 3.5 hours a day, and then after that, after 1 or 1 2 hour break, we get a time where we have to speak to our mentors that we have been given by the school. So we talk to them about how was a week, how was a day, how what problems we are facing with them. So that was one part of our day. And then in the end, we had to complete our assignments and then send it on Google Classroom, which is a basic where our attendance is also considered. So that's how now online has been for us as a day, like doing everything on device.
And internet is not a problem for you?
Yeah, it is. Sometimes we face a lot of internet network issue, but then we do try to solve this by our teachers. Like we speak to them that today I'm facing this problem. To I it may be late, or I may not be able to join the lecture today, but we promise them obviously that we are going to complete the assignment. We will make sure that it's completed. Nothing is incomplete.
Okay.
So we just converse with each other, and then it becomes.
So there's like open communication between all the teachers and you. So tell me, Nirjala, how did football happen? How did you kind of get connected with the sport?
So as I told you, when I entered a Kancha school at the age of 9 or 8, and that was I was in third standard. So at that time, I was not aware of football. I just knew that there is a ball and we have to play with it. That's it. But when I met my coach, he was like, behind me, you have to play. He started teaching me, this is the rule, this is the things that you have to do in football. I was so frustrated that are these actually what we have to do? Like when you go professionally on field, these are the things you have to follow. But at that time, I was not aware because I was not used to such rules and regulations kind of thing. So he understood me and he's like teaching me. He pushes me a lot. So he started making a team, and he never stopped. He understood us that we were not used to it. And then soon, once we won a under 10 final Mumbai South Championship, I found that this is it. Football is the one thing that is I'm really passionate about, and it's something that can bring change into my life, and I can bring change through this into others' life as well. So, and when you talk about my favorite player, I can only say that my coaches are my favorite player because they are the one. Yeah, I do have my players like from Barcelona team, from Manchester United, from like Ronaldo, David Beckham, everyone. But when you talk about your favorite player, I can talk about only my coach because he's the one who is actually teaching me, who is first not telling me to play, but who is playing first and showing me this is how you have to do this. And then even though I make mistake, he teaches me and corrects me. So that's why I look up to him as my
So,
favorite player.
yeah, so now, obviously, because of the pandemic, there can be no training, right? But
Yeah.
when this is over and when you do get back to the field again, what, like, where do you want to go with football? How far do you want to take it? Do you have any, like, do you have, I know football is, you kind of, you, there's a goal, right? But I mean your personal goal, not the actual goal in the game, in the sport, but what is your goal with?
So when you talk about my goal, I don't have a specific goal which I need to focus on something. But when you talk about football and goal, so I think about like when I'll start this pandemic and now I'm not in school anymore, I can start my own thing with the help of other organizations. So I have this very thinking that yeah, I need to start an organization where I can help out other kids. I can help out other kids. They need to play, kids who are very helpless, who need help. So I can help out with them, especially in sports, not only in football, but aware them about other sports as well. And then like
So sorry, Nirjala, you're not planning to continue with school?
yeah, I am planning to continue
Okay,
with my school, but that's college, right? So
college,
I'm saying
yeah,
I'm not only in school, so I
yeah.
can be part of college, and a part of that I can be part of organization where I can teach football as well to other kids.
Okay.
So that's how I'm saying as a goal.
Okay. So, what inspires you and who inspires you?
Okay, so when you come to inspiration, what inspires you is some I get
Not
inspired.
what, yeah, what do you get inspired by? Not, it's not a general question, it's specific
Okay,
to you.
yeah, I get inspired by the situation that I face. So, like the circumstances that I go through every day or every time in my life, I face and I see people facing and going through many situations in their life. So, they inspiring is basically learning from something from that. So, every situation is going to teach you something or the other, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, whether it's going to be a huge impact or small impact, but every situation teaches you something or the other. So I cannot specify only one specific or any other one people or one thing, but yeah, every situation, every circumstances that you go through, they teach you many things. That's something that inspires me. And when you come to who inspires me, I get inspired by my mother.
Okay.
Basically the women in my life, my mother, my teachers, the ones who guide me a lot, especially my mother, because I have seen her being in many characters, not just a mother, being a sister, being a wife, many things. And I've seen her going through many things. And like she always tells me that this is the time when uh, a woman a woman has to be independent and cannot be dependent on anyone. This is the era where every woman should be independent by herself. So like every words, everything that she does, it inspires.
That is fabulous. I think for someone your age, the kind of maturity that you have is inspiring. And I'm sure your mom must be so proud of you. And I think the kind of influence that the Akanksha Foundation has had on you as well to develop you into such, because I remember you mentioned earlier that you were very shy before you joined, and obviously not confident before you joined the this Akanksha school. I think it's a combination of what they stand for and how Akanksha also believes in empowering women and to become independent, to become their own leaders. And I think your mom also must be such a phenomenal person and a backbone for you. So I am so happy that we've been able to have this conversation, and I think your confidence and your motivation, your energy is something that will take you really, really far. So you have to be very proud of yourself, Nirjala.
Yeah,
And I
thank
can
you.
say
And
that
when I talk about change in myself, I can, like, Akansha has not only changed me, but also the thinking of that orthodox thinking that my family also had. They had that thinking that a girl is limited to certain things. But since the opportunities that Akansha has given me, not only sports, not only academics, like I can go to many places. I've got opportunities to voice myself, talk about people, stand for myself. So these opportunities have changed my family's thinking also. They can now say that a girl can do anything. There's no limitation to it. So it's that change from here to here. It's that kind of change that it's Akansha has brought.
it's like a 360, and Akanksha,
Yeah.
yeah. So that they've played such an important role in your life, and they've also helped you develop as a person, yes, but they've also I think seeing you grow and seeing you become the kind of person you are. My understanding from what you're saying is that your family has finally realized the importance of a girl being independent. And your mom's been saying that to you as well. So, wow,
Yeah.
that is very, very, I'm so happy to hear that. And
Thank you.
it's so important to and you want to be a change maker yourself, right? As
Yeah,
you
of
get
course.
older. Yeah. So good luck with that. And I've really enjoyed talking to you, Nirjala, and stay confident, stay motivated, and you will be able to give back in a very big way.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Take care. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Take care.